Exquisite visuals. Absolutely, the film was exquisite. But I know you put this guy through the ringer.
True.
You were...
well, Felicity more than me, to be fair.
Well, have you been in a balloon before?
I'd never been in a balloon until we shot this film. We went up, we did some rehearsals in balloons.
We did.
And then they actually built a gas balloon, because in Britain gas balloons don't really exist anymore. So the difference being that they're just literally a balloon filled with hydrogen and helium and a basket. So no hot air or anything, nothing to control it. The only way you can control it is by throwing ballast bags of sand out. And so they built one for this film. We shot with helicopters and drones, and Felicity did these stunts, and it was kind of wonderful. And they got all the material they needed, and then Tom went off in his lovely helicopter, and we had the most horrendous crash landing into this forest and crunched down to the ground, and that was a moment.
Going up in a balloon is no problem.
I agree, it's
coming down.
Yeah. The weirdest thing about it is you go from total peace, and it's the most, particularly gas balloons, they're so serene, aren't they? They're total silence, to frenzied chaos and trauma in about a millisecond. So yeah.
Well, he actually went up in a balloon because he was a sportscaster.
Oh really?
Really?
Wow.
So did a balloon ride, and, and going up is no problem. There's quiet and serene and peaceful. And then the pilot says, "We're going down. We don't know where."
No, I know.
Did you have that same problem, or you had a good target?
Well, I love the we don't know where part of it. That's one of the things I like most about ballooning, is that you go up, but you don't know where you're going to come down, and you just have to put your faith in the wind and in the natural world to dictate that to you. And there's in a world where we can control so much, that leap of faith is something that's I find rather wonderful.
Now, you were in a very confined space when you were shooting this film as well.
Yeah.
Did he torture you?
He's actually a really nice man, but when he's on set, he's a bit of a psycho. No, actually, to be honest, it was really... No, Tom did this amazing thing for us, which was for the bits that were done against blue screen, he would create the environment. So we shot on a set that was refrigerated so that our breath would be cold. He would give us these buckets of ice to plunge our hands into before takes. So
it was very kind of him.
But also there were times when he would, like when Felicity was doing some of her extreme stunts, like trying to swing back into the balloon, Tom would do things to help, but then would come back and just be honest and go, look, it looks like it's being helped. And so Felicity would have to go on her own again, and I don't think anyone has ever had like more of a six-pack, like abs, than Felicity did after this film, because she was her core was so ripped from.
Don't do yourself, like, I mean, you really went through it. Like, you were black and blue from all the bruises on your arms and your legs.
Yeah, but I had like a day of it, and I like complained. I was like, Tom, we can't do this, and Felicity was like, I've had months of this.
Well, also, there were, to make the ice look like ice, there were some kind of a blister or type looking
Exactly,
plastic?
so blood blisters, and yeah, that was a bit of a nightmare for Felicity, because the makeup department would do all these amazing things to give us blood blisters and things, and then we would plunge our hands in ice, and you'd always watch the makeup artist go, no, all my hours of work just being thrown into water.
One last thing, if James was around today after this experience, would he be a local TV weatherman?
It's a very good question. I think so, maybe. I think he'd be sort of busy. I think he'd be probably grappling with everything that the environment that's going on with the environment at the moment, and trying to pioneer ways to shift and change that, maybe.
He was a fighter.
He was a fighter, for sure. Yeah.
Thank you so much.